Good morning, students. Metals and non-metals. In the last class, already we discussed about this metals and non-metals. Some are called metals, some are called non-metals. How can you say which is metal? That metallic properties are different. Properties of metal. Here, one is lustrous. Second one is sonority. Third one is malleability. Fourth one is ductility. Fifth one is good conductor of heat and electricity. These are the main properties discussed in the last class. That means lustrous means what? Shining, gives good shining. Sonority means ringing sound. By beating the metal, that gives ringing sound. Here malleability means we can convert it as sheets, plain sheets. Here ductility means drawing into wires. Here good conductor of heat means they allow heat very easily. They absorb heat. Electricity, good conductor of electricity means they allow electricity freely. These are all called properties of metals. Suppose these properties not there, these are called non-metals. Okay, one or two properties are there, that are also there in this non-metal, but it is not follow the all properties. For example, graphite. Graphite is very smooth. It allows current freely, but it is a non-metal. Okay. In this class, we conduct one lab activity. Here, lab activity. What is lab activity? Here, lab activity means reaction of metals and non-metals with oxygen. Reaction of oxygen with metals and non-metals. How the metals are reacting with oxygen? The same way how the non-metals are reacting with oxygen. Okay, first we take magnesium. Magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Here Mg means magnesium, O2 means oxygen. Generally during the Deepavali time, crackers are there. In these crackers, some are giving dodging light. Baga brightness and white light of the body. So this is magnesium. Those are all consist of magnesium. White light formation means they react with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Okay. This magnesium oxide, pour some water, distilled water. Add some distilled water to this magnesium oxide. Then what happened? MgOH twice. Magnesium hydroxide is formed. Take this solution, that is magnesium oxide, hydroxide, MgOH twice, and insert some color paper. Suppose blue litmus paper. Kept the blue litmus paper in this solution, no change. There is no change. Red litmus turns to blue. Turns to blue in color. So from this litmus test, what we say? Basic in nature. The solution is basic in nature. So result means what? Metallic oxides. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Basic in nature. That means sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, like metallic hydroxide or metallic oxide, these are all basic in nature. How to test the basic nature? By introducing litmus paper. Blue litmus paper kept means no change. After keeping the red litmus paper turns to blue color. It changes to blue color means the solution is basic in nature. This is the reaction of oxygen with metals. Suppose non-metals. How the non-metal is reacting? Suppose you take sulfur with non-metal. Sulfur react with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. Take a deflagrating spoon. That means one glass jar. In the glass jar, kept the deflagrating spoon. Take some quantity of sulfur in the spoon, kept in burning condition inside the jar. Close the jar. What is formed? Sulfur dioxide. SO2 means sulfur dioxide is formed. Add some quantity of distilled water. That means sulfur dioxide mixed with water, distilled water. H2SO3. That is sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid is formed. So, metals are reacting with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. That means non-metal. Non-metals are sulfur reacting with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. After mixing with the distilled water, sulfurous acid is formed. What is the test for acid? Blue litmus paper. Blue litmus paper turns to red. So the solution is, what is the result? Non-metallic oxides. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. So non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. You can understand this lab activity. Here this is a 4 marks question. How to conduct lab activity means, first write aim. After that, materials required. After that, procedure. Here A means reaction of oxygen with metals and non-metals. To show that reaction of oxygen with metals and non-metals. Here materials required means one glass jar, magnesium, okay, and distilled water, and deflagrating spoon, litmus papers, sulfur. These are all. What are the items you take? These are all. You can write the materials required. First about procedure. Procedure means first take the magnesium. Magnesium ribbon burn in presence of air. Take a small quantity of magnesium ribbon, directly burn in a vessel with a burning. That means it is burned in presence of oxygen. Directly burn in air. Then they react with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. That is white ash is formed. To this white ash, add some quantity of distilled water. They absorb distilled water to form magnesium hydroxide. This magnesium hydroxide, that is in a glass jar, small glass jar, and test the solution with litmus paper. Here red litmus changes to green color. So this is basic in nature. From this, what is the result? Metallic oxide. Here magnesium means metal. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Second one is, take a glass jar, close the jar, take a deflagrating spoon, some quantity of sulfur, burn it. This burning sulfur introduced in the glass jar and close the lid. They form sulfur dioxide gas. This sulfur dioxide gas is formed. After that, remove the deflagrating spoon, add some quantity of distilled water, shake it. What happened? some liquid is formed. That liquid is sulfurous acid. This is acid or not, how to test means introduce blue litmus paper. The litmus paper changes to red in color. So the solution is acidic in nature. What is the result? Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. The next one is, what are the uses? Uses of metals. Here, first one, silver. Silver. What is the use of the silver? Ornaments. Gold. Ornaments. Here also same ornaments. And another one, different type of articles. Silver articles. Gold articles, silver articles also there. Thin foil of silver. Thin foil of silver is used as layer for the sweets. And aluminium. Aluminium. What is the use of aluminium? Aluminium foil for packing. Foil for packing purpose. And aluminium used in a different type of vessels. And aeroplanes, for the manufacture of aeroplanes. And satellites, like this. So many are there. The third one, iron. Suppose what is the use of iron? So many articles we see. Machinery parts. Machinery parts and agriculture tools. Etc. So many uses are there. And sometimes see, these metals are corroded. Corroded means they react with oxygen to form the rust, to coat. These metals are, some are highly reactive metals are there. Fast reactive metals. Fast reactive metals means that is magnesium, sodium, potassium, aluminium. These are all fast reactive metals. Calcium. These are all fast reactive, highly reactive. Here moderate. Moderate means iron. Zinc, lead, etc. Slow reactive. Slow means they will very slowly react. That is silver, silver and gold, silver and gold, platinum, like this. These are all slow reactive metals. That means very slowly reactive. We can separate the slow reactive metal or moderate reactive metal by using highly reactive metals. Sometimes railway tracks, by seeing railway tracks, some are damaged. What is that? Corrosion. Corrosion means formation of rust. Or rust. Suppose iron. Iron react with oxygen to form iron oxide. That is rust. They react with humidity and oxygen, water vapor. They form the new compounds. How to remove? Iron oxide plus aluminium gives rise to aluminium oxide plus iron. That means sometimes railway tracks are damaged, they form the iron oxide. This iron oxide in this iron is the moderate reactive. This product is heated, this compound is heated with aluminium. By adding aluminium and heated at high temperatures, what happened? Aluminium is a fast reactive metal. Immediately they form aluminium oxide, iron is supplied. Like this, we can remove the rust. And zinc coating. Zinc coating, like a nickel coating. See, in the kitchen, gas stoves are there. These gas stoves are iron stoves only, but they looks like silver. How they looks like silver? By adding nickel coating. They are coating with nickel. Suppose iron sheets. Iron sheets means iron plus zinc. By adding some quantity of zinc, certain quantity of zinc to this iron, they forms like a layer. They forms like a layer, corrosion is prevented. That means there is no formation of new compounds. So this is a rust formation or corrosion. How to prevent the corrosion or rust means by adding fast reactive metals. Then you can remove the slow reactive or moderate reactive metals, or zinc coating, nickel coating, or iron sheets. Here today, what are the important points of this metals and non-metals? In the last class, already discussed the properties of metals. That is lustrous, sonority, malleability, ductility, good conductor of heat and electricity. Today, one lab activity is conducted. What is a lab activity? To show the reaction, to know the reaction of oxygen with metals and non-metals. Take one metal that react with oxygen, after that react with water, distilled water, test the solution with litmus paper. So from this experiment what we know? Metallic oxides are basic in nature. The same repeated with sulfur. Acid is formed. How to test that acid? Litmus paper. So non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. That is a lab activity. And another one is uses. Uses are metals. And so many uses are there. Not only this, some coins, aluminium, zinc. By adding all these things, we can get the new alloys. Alloy means we can create new properties. Alloys example: steel, stainless steel. Here steel means iron, carbon plus nickel, zinc. Stainless steel means iron, carbon, zinc and nickel. That means stainless steels are used in the kitchen pot. Steel means steel bars. Steel bars means to prevent the corrosion, you can add the zinc. That means carbon, addition of carbon means they become strong. By adding that zinc means they form the layer, prevent the corrosion. Stainless steel means add another one, then only stainless steel. That means use shining. For shining purpose, nickel or this. Gold. The pure gold is here. Pure gold is soft in nature. Suppose if we convert it into ornaments, whatever the different types of ornaments, we use 100% of gold that is soft in nature, easily breaks. How it become hard? 91.6 gold plus 8.4% copper. Strong or hard metal. This is cadmium. Cadmium means 91.6 gold is there nowadays. Remaining 8.4% copper. Then only the material will be hard. We can convert into different types of ornaments. That means sheets or wires. There is no problem at all. It is not breakable easily. Very hard. This is called 22 carat. This is called 24 carat. During the newspaper paper, we see today gold rate 24 carat. One rate is there 100%. This 100% gold. 22 carat means this is the 22 carat ornament gold. This ornament gold means some part of gold, remaining part is copper. Okay. What is the homework for this? Here first one is lab activity. Explain the lab activity. To show the reactivity of oxygen with metals and non-metals. This is 4 marks question. The lab activity means you can write the procedure. First of all, aim, materials required. Third one is procedure. And in this equations are also very important. Without equations, you can't get the marks. Second one, write the uses of metals. Third one, this is the 2 marks question. Write the uses of non-metals. This is also 2 marks question. Last question is explain the difference between pure gold and ornament gold. This is also 2 marks. Total 10 marks. So today homework is you can explain the lab activity. Second one is write any 2 or 3 uses of metals. Third one is uses of non-metals. Last one is difference. Explain the difference between pure gold and ornament gold. Sometimes in our body also so many non-metals and metals also there. Our body consists of calcium, phosphorus. Non-metals means oxygen, hydrogen, carbon like this. Okay, nitrogen. Next class I explain the remaining part.